Good morning, driver. Today you are rostered with 6814 and 82304 at the rear of this morning service to Birmingham Moor Street. For now, open the doors and set up the cab here and prepare the rest of the unit for departure at 10:10. So first thing to do is to go outside, watch the doors open, so press T. And that's go to the front, put on the headlights, go to the rear. The headlights here are also set. There's a 165 coming in from Gerrard's Cross. Setting up the cab, so press Shift W for the master key.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Reset the AWS, wait for the announcement, turn the DRA off by pressing Y because the signal up ahead is clear. Turn on the DVD, and we are following along train 1 Romeo to 1 1010 London Marylebone to Birmingham Moor Street service. A scenario created by CrankyBot and is available on alanthomsonsim.com. So we are calling at London Marylebone, High Wycombe, Banbury, Leamington Spa, Warwick Parkway, Solihull and Birmingham Moor Street, arriving at 11:54. So press C to return the guard's buzzer. Power to notch 2 and release the brake. I probably should put the camera down. There we go. A little bit upwards. So it's passing London Marylebone. The speed limit is 25 miles an hour, and we have about 27 3/4 miles to High Wycombe. So yeah, I'm sorry about the track. I'm not sure if the AP track is compatible with this. So you're just gonna have to tolerate the default track. So Marylebone, I've only been here once, and the last time I was here was the 30th of December 2015. So I don't know what's changed, if anything. I think it's also 168, 172, 68 and 165s. And it was at night. So bring our speed gently up to 25 miles an hour. So speed limit is now going up to 50 miles an hour after the whole train has passed this speedboard. And there's also a tunnel coming up. I think we cross over the Midland Mainline. I think near Kentish Town, or is that somewhere else? So we can now accelerate up to 50 miles an hour. So leaving the tunnel, over there is the Midland Mainline, and there's Kentish Town, I think. So leaving the tunnel, we are climbing on a gradient of 1 to 100, and the station on the right, you can't see it, is Finchley Road on the Jubilee line. Not to be confused with Finchley Road and Frognall on the North London line. Station coming up now is West Hampstead. I think there's also another line that comes down here, but I don't know what that is. I don't know the underground that well. I'm sure that someone in the comments will correct me about which other line comes down here, other than the Jubilee line. So if you don't know the Jubilee line, it runs from Stanmore to Stratford. It's kind of a whitish, silvery colour on the tube map. Next station is Kilburn. I think there's also another station called Kilburn High Road. It sounds familiar, but I can't quite remember where it is. Next station is Wilson Green. Also, speed limit is going up to 65 and 75. Oh yeah, I should also apologise for the lag. For some reason, Just Trains is obsessed with trees, like 3D trees that just eat up your computer's resources. So I apologise in advance for the stutter. Train from Aylesbury Vale Parkway. So we are now approaching Wilton Green, unless I'm lost. I think it's Wilton Green. But then we go around, then we go left towards Wembley, and then the line continues towards Stanmore. Speed limit now is 65 miles an hour. Wonder what all the tube stock are. So we can now accelerate to 65. Speed limit is also going up to 75 as we exit London. So bring the train up to a steady 65. It's also 75. I think this is Dollis Hill. I think. Or is it Neasden? I don't know, the captions will be correct when I do it in post. I think after we come off, the next station after that is Wembley Park. I think this is Neasden station. Yeah, Neasden. Also, what happened to the GUI on the map? Because I don't remember my train looking so red. So coming up shortly will be Wembley Stadium, where a depot is, which Chiltern operates. You can see it just loading on the right. Should I sing the Wembley song? Nah, not really. I don't really care about football. So on the left is Chiltern LMD, like maintenance depot. It's not a drug. So I think there were just some 165s in there. Nothing much. Speed limit is 100. 165 from Banbury. Hold the stopping at most stations. So put the throttle to max and accelerate to 100 miles an hour. Next station will be Sudbury and Harrow Road. So this is the first time driving this scenario. I would have made this scenario by myself, but I'm a bit lazy and I couldn't be bothered with it. So the Chiltern Mainline, the only stations I've been to on the CML are Birmingham Moor Street and Banbury and Stourbridge. Is that part of the Chiltern Mainline? Probably not. Because I think the Chiltern Mainline strictly goes from Marylebone to Moor Street and Snow Hill. It doesn't really continue beyond that. Because I think the bit between like Snow Hill and Kidderminster is like the Snow Hill lines. This is Sudbury Hill Harrow. Next is North Shope Park. I think we join with the Central Line, I think it's that one. Also, there used to be a parliamentary train that ran from Paddington to High Wycombe, but because of HS2, the line had to be severed, which means the parliamentary train now goes from West Ealing to High Wycombe. I think that was Northolt Park. Next is South Ruislip. Wait, is this Northolt Park? I am all over the place with stations. Unless what I'm trains is missing out stations. Because I have a lot of stations in my laptop. Maybe it's missing some out. So I think... what was that station? It was Northolt Park. Then Sudbury Hill Harrow. Sudbury and Harrow Road. Wembley. Oh. Yeah, on the left we should join the line from Greenford, and I think it's the Central line, it's the red one, I think. Unless I'm completely wrong. Maybe it's like the branch of the District line? I don't know, I'm completely wrong. Some people are probably cringing right now. It's like, oh no, it's not that line, it's this one. So next station will be South Ruislip, then West Ruislip, then Denham Golf Club, Gerrards Cross, Sea Green, Beaconsfield, and then High Wycombe. This is South Ruislip station. So trying to maintain the train at 100 miles an hour. On the left is one of these London Underground depots. I don't know what it's called. I'll put a caption in post-production. Next station will be West Ruislip. So the Chiltern Mainline, other than the performance being crap, it's a really nice route. Yeah, the Chiltern Mainline kind of serves as an alternative to the Great Western, to an extent. Because on multiple occasions, GWR have diverted the trains from Paddington to Marylebone, coming off their normal route in Oxford. Come on, stop lagging. For example, a train from Swansea would come off its normal route in Didcot towards Oxford, then follow the Chiltern Main Line through Bicester to Marylebone. And it's also an alternative to the West Coast Main Line, because you can go from Euston to Birmingham New Street, but you can also go from Marylebone to Birmingham Moor Street. New Street and Moor Street aren't that far apart from each other. What is wrong with this route? Why did JT make it this way? Kidderminster to Marylebone, 1 Hotel 27. So we're currently on the level gradients, and it seems notch 3 seems to be keeping us... Okay, try notch 4. So in real life, I haven't been down here before. And I've also been to Marylebone as well. So I've been to 3 places. So I've been to Moor Street, Banbury... No, 4. Yeah. Strawbridge Junction, Birmingham Moor Street, Banbury and Marylebone. So pretty much I've been all over England and Scotland, and just a little bit of Wales. This is Denham Station. So I think part 1 will be from Marylebone to High Wycombe. So I think about these parts is I want to keep them to like a maximum of half an hour. Unless it's a live stream, then I can do it for many hours. So I could do Marylebone to High Wycombe to Banbury, then Banbury to Warwick Parkway, and then Warwick Parkway to Moore Street. It's about 3 or 4 parts. This is Denham Golf Club. Next station is Gerrard's Cross, which some Chiltern services terminate during the peak time. Unless you just continue to High Wycombe. So taking a look outside, we have 6814 on the front in the debranded Chiltern livery. Then on the rear we have DVT 82304, also in the debranded Chiltern livery. And about a really shitty FPS. So I think before Gerrard's Cross we should pass through a tunnel. This is Gerrard's Cross. Yeah, I think the Chiltern Mainline is kind of one of those forgotten main lines, because if you want to go from London to Birmingham, you just go on the West Coast Mainline because it's quicker. But I guess the Chiltern Mainline mainly serves the towns between London and Birmingham. Well, towns and cities, because you wouldn't really go all the way from Marylebone to Birmingham and go from Euston to New Street. Maybe fares. Maybe the fares are cheaper. Like, it is cheaper to go from Marylebone to Birmingham, Moore Street, down from Euston to New Street. Because on the Chiltern Main Line, the max speed is 100, whereas on the West Coast Main Line, the maximum speed is 125. And there's also a higher frequency between London and Birmingham. So we have about 7 miles left to High Wycombe. We should be there in no time. Although saying that, with the lag spike, it'll probably take like 3 years. Next station is Sea Green. So when we get to High Wycombe, we should have travelled about 28 miles from Marylebone. See, as I said earlier, the route, it is a nice route, but it doesn't really have very good performance. So this is Sea Green. Because if you look at it, there are far many 3D trees. Also, the track looks shit. Come on, frame rate, and we can do it. And the next station is Beaconsfield. So we should be there in a couple of minutes. So this is Beaconsfield station. Next station is High Wycombe. where this part will end. Unless I went all the way to Birmingham and then this video will be like 2 hours long. Speed limit is still 100. I wonder why we are stopping at Warwick Parkway and not picking up passengers. Maybe it's like a route error. Maybe it's like a bug with the route. Like some platforms don't open because of a glitch. Maybe it's like that. Maybe it's one of those little quirks with this scenario. Something extra. 4 miles to High Wycombe, so we are due into platform 2. Also doesn't help that I have a little bit of anti-aliasing on and texture filtering. So Princess Risborough to Marylebone to Hotel 28. So 68, it does sound amazing. Which county are we in? So back off the power. So 68s, they do have a really unique shape. And they have a beast of an engine. It would also make it better if I had a clag factor turned up to 10. What's my FPS? 14. 14. Yeah, I don't think that's picking up anytime soon. 75 and 60. Welcome to the sound. Why is there a brick in my train? So I'll slow down to 75 miles an hour as we approach High Wycombe. Come on, frame rate. I know you can do it. Why are the brakes like this? So I was slowing down to 75 just in time. Apply a bit more brake. Yeah, I'm used to driving like trains with very good braking, not like local hot stuff. Like 158s have really good braking and acceleration. So we are now approaching High Wycombe station. So aiming to the platform at about 20-ish miles an hour. So I think platform 3 is a bay platform, where some trains terminate from Marylebone. Or is it platform 1? I don't remember. So this is High Wycombe, this where this part will end. So thank you so much for watching this part. Stay tuned for the second part, which will release on Monday. Join my Discord for general chat. Follow me on Twitter for future video updates. I'm not sure if I'll be using Twitch, because I don't know how to use it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next part, if I can actually stop. Stop.